Nick Mountain.
Probably Nick Mountain.
Evan was coming out and hitting everyone but the guy with the ball.
Oh, I think you probably got to go Mike Jones or Rob Nolan.
Nick Mountain.
Steve Alberts.
Keith Hoyt.
Steve Alberts, probably.
Keith Hoyt.
No one's ever hit me hard enough, but I'll say Steve.
Keith.
Steve Alberts.
Probably Steve.
Steve Alberts.
Steve Alberts.
Steve Alberts.
I'd say pound for pound, probably Mike Jones.
The hardest hitter, besides me, I would give it to Steve, maybe Keith Hoyt.
Probably Keith Hoyt for passes and Steve Alberts on the line for a run game.
It's got to be for the hardest hitter. I don't like to toot my own horn or whatever, but I got to vote myself for the hardest hitter.
I hate to say it, but our quarterback, he brings it in the lane, like coming across the middle.
They might argue over that, but I think it could be CJ or Christian Tiberia.
It's between CJ and Keith.
Christian Tiberia.
Christian Tiberia. Probably either Keith or Jamel.
Fastest kid, Jamel Caldwell. Without, that kid can just fly.
Probably because of that stride, I'd say Jamal.
Fastest, probably Jamel.
I'm trying to toot my own horn, but I give it to Jamel though.
CJ Murray.
Caldwell. Jamel. CJ Murray.
Jamel Caldwell.
CJ Murray.
Jamel Caldwell.
CJ.
Jamel Cardwell.
Jamel's definitely the fastest kid.
Jamel Caldwell.
Fastest is Jamel, he runs out of his shoes.
That'd be me.
That's got to be Mr. Juke, CJ.
Slickest moves. Zach Deering last year.
Might be Keith. He can actually do something with those long ass legs.
Keith Hoyt, definitely.
Well, CJ's got the most.
CJ Murray. At least he has the most.
Keith Hoyt.
Brandon Dancing.
Sickest moves has to be CJ Murray because he's got moves on top of moves.
CJ. CJ with his little dance moves.
CJ Murray.
CJ.
Best moves on the field, I have to say CJ.
Slickest moves, probably Coach Vandersea, maybe Coach Stott.
CJ Murray.
Now we all know I got the slickest moves on the team. Come on.
Well, none of our receivers can catch, so probably me.
Christian Tiberia.
Jamel Caldwell.
That's a tough one. I'd say Christian Tiberia by a hair.
Probably Jamel. Christian Tiberia.
Can't be Christian. That kid's once in every 3 weeks. I have to say Jamel.
They don't use their hands. Tiberia.
Jamel. I'd say Christian.
Jamel Caldwell.
Well, I'll give it to Christian. He's got the best hands, even though he don't wear gloves.
Probably Jamel again.
Probably be Christian.
Christian.
Me.
Rob Nolan.
I'll say, not myself, because I look good and all, but I'll say Eric Livingston.
Greg Roth spends a lot of time in the mirror.
I mean, pretty much me, of course. I mean, look at me.
Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
I have to say Greg Roth.
Team Pretty Boys got to be Rob Nolan.
Now I would have to go between Mike Jones and Keith Hoyt.
Keith Hoyt.
That's probably Hoyt.
Hoyt.
Keith.
Keith Hoyt.
I guess that'd have to be Hoyt.
Probably Keith Hoyt.
Team Pretty Boys, Keith Hoyt.
Keith Hoyt.
Keith Hoyt.
Keith Hoyt.
So quarterback and safety, Keith Hoyt.
I Evan Bolus.
Probably Evan Bolus.
That's me.
I think it's CJ.
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 Mike Jones or CJ?
Probably between Steve Alberts and CJ. That's a hard one.
CJ. Well, that's nobody that coach can tell, but we got a couple kids to keep it quiet. Probably Christian and CJ.
Christian.
Christian Tiberia.
Might be me.
Keith Hoyt.
Me or Steve?
Oh. Alberts.
That could probably be Stevie.
Steve. Steve Alberts again.
Steve Alberts.
Has to go to Steve Alberts.
Steve. I gotta give it to Steve.
Steve Alberts.
Steve Alberts.
Riley Seaberg.
Riley Seaberg.
Riley Seaberg.
Probably Brandon Danzy this year.
Brandon Nancy.
Team Whipping Boy would have to be Rob Nolan also.
Rob Nolan.
Rob Nolan.
I've been tough on Robbie Nolan this year.
Christian Tiberia.
I know, it ain't me. I don't know.
Jamel.
Kyle Fiacco.
That's between Jake Burns and Kyle Fiacco.
Team whipping boy would definitely be Jake Burns.
Jake Burns.
Jake Burns.
Team Whipping Boys, Jake Burns.
Jake Burns.
Jake Burns, definitely. Jake Burns.
Probably Riley or Jake.
Me.